Fire! Hop, dead, hot!
The Florida A&M Marching 100 has long been recognized as a leader and innovator among America's marching bands. With over 40 years at the helm, Dr. William P. Foster, the band's founder and director, displays a flair for showmanship and an ability to dazzle with raw energy. The numerous honors bestowed upon the 100 are well cataloged in America. But in the spring of 1989, the group was issued an unprecedented challenge in the form of an invitation. The band was chosen to be the sole representative of the USA in the bicentennial celebration of the French Revolution, the Bastille Day Parade in Paris. At the expense of the French government, Florida A&M's Marching 100 was off to Paris a week prior to the July 14th Bastille Day celebration. The early arrival gave the band and staff a chance to take in the sights. But more importantly, it was a time to get acclimated and tuned to precision for the biggest show in the 100's storied history. The invitation came by way of the Bastille Day Parade's artistic director, Jean-Paul Goude. The band had made a lasting impression on Goude 10 years earlier while he was living in New York.
And I was watching a football game. I think it was the Super Bowl or the Orange Bowl or something like that. And they were performing, and I thought they were terrific. They were, because they took the ordinary military, paramilitary drill to a level that was extraordinary.
I think the reasons for accepting the invitation are quite obvious because it offers the Florida A&M University Marching 100 Band an opportunity to have a window before the world.
This parade is basically about the rights of man first. And there's an under-theme, which is world music, and world music is really based on African rhythms. So it's America with a touch of Africa, the same way we're presenting France with a touch of Africa, we're representing all countries with a touch of African rhythm.
This is a tribute, really, to black music. And it's been mentioned several times that you cannot go anywhere in the world to any discotheque or to listen to a symphony orchestra concert that hasn't had its influence as a result of black music.
Afro-American music is the music that makes the planet dance.
To ensure that the planet would indeed dance, Jean-Paul Goude requested that the Marching 100 perform a medley of James Brown compositions.
He's influenced pop music like nobody has before, and he deserves recognition. There's so many people who've made careers based on a single James Brown riff, that little guitar that goes. They can't do it, what's so extraordinary is that they're able to recreate James Brown's rhythm only with brass, with no bass guitar, with no guitars at all. And that's very, very difficult.
I think that's the hardest part about doing James Brown music or making any transformation is trying to keep the authenticity going, trying to make the marching band sound just like the record, you know, because you have to have those main characteristics, you know, of James Brown music, which is you've got to have a strong bass line, which is the tuba section, and you've got to have a strong percussion section, you know, to play that James Brown funky type of rhythms. And that's what we try to create with the band. The first rehearsals in Paris were eye-openers for the band and staff. For the
majority of the Florida A&M contingent, this was their first trip abroad, and jet lag and a demanding schedule were beginning to take their toll on the unit.
You've been off of it for about 40 hours, two days, and we need to go back and sharpen it up a little bit more.
Dr. Julian White, the band's associate director, is an alumnus of the 100, as is the rest of the staff. So careful attention to detail is second nature.
Because our ultimate goal is to get perfection. We feel that we may never really get there, but the process itself brings about tremendous changes. For example, we want all of the instrument angles to be on the same line. We like for the articulations to be clean. We like for the intonation to be precise. We like for the balance, the blend, and the phrasing, all the basic music fundamentals to be in place.
We got to do a little bit more intensive work on the interval between each line. Regular football field intervals, 2.5 yards. You got to keep that, and you're going to have to continue to caution your ranks and be on the alert. 2.5 yards, 2.5 yards. If it speeds up, you're going to get real fast and move it up. Slow it down, you can't let it bunch up. Kind of get the rocks out, get the lead out, and get things moving. Okay, all right, Doc. Let's go. When are we going to get to the point that we are going to do the show? When are we going to get to the point of readiness? If we say, on Baby, 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 drive it a little bit more and get the knee lift, we shouldn't have to say that at one time. In fact, during this entire routine, I don't know, when you say motivation, I mean, you look up there and you see the Arc of Triumph, the real thing. What else can you do? I mean, when are you going to do the show? When are you going to step off after 8 counts? Next week? It'll be over. I mean, what else can you get other than that? Let's get out, and even this small number of people here, why don't you give the people a show? Why don't you go and show what they brought us here for? And stop messing around. Let's get into it. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, there are certain things one must do and see while in Paris, and the essentials were not to be overlooked by the band. Perhaps more rewarding than the breathtaking sights of Paris itself was the interaction the students had with Parisians and students from the many countries that participated in the Bastille Day Parade.
My impression of all of this was something like the Olympics. In fact, when we were talking to the students, we mentioned the kind of international spirit and flavor that could develop out of this. And we have had a chance to interact with the Russians, the French, the English, the group from Guinea. And it's that kind of interaction, exchange, cultural exchange with our students was one of the main reasons why we accepted it.
Photograph, a picture.
Yeah.
How do you say it in your language? How do you say it? Speak. How do you say it? How do you say it?
biggest things I've learned is that everybody is different. Each culture is different, and the world is comprised of a lot of different cultures that make this big earth that we live on. And to realize, to be able to get along with everybody, and I guess it sounds kind of trite, but to have peace on earth, you have to understand what everybody else is going through.
Somehow we communicated.
Rehearsals for the 100 soon became performances unto themselves. Students participating in the parade from other countries used their break time to march along with the band. Admiration became a mutual force. The words of James Brown's "Papa's got a brand new bag" took on a whole new meaning.
Kind of all blends in. You know, at first it seems so distant, you know, like it's something from some other planet, but when you actually hear and you kind of, you know, mingle with them, you see that everything all correlates together. I mean, you can offer something to them, they offer something to you. You know, it's, you know, music and activity, it's like international.
But for a group known for its moves, nothing made quite an impression on the members of the 100 as a dance troupe from Senegal did. The past few days of rehearsal have led up to this evening, a practice-run parade down the Champs-Élysées. As each section went through their warm-ups, there was a little extra energy in the air.
I think tonight we're getting all the hype, excitement, and everything is on an upbeat right now. We're ready to go.
You are in charge. You're going to have to carry on from here to make sure that your groups function in a highly professional and competent manner. There's no room, there's no flaws or any kind of error at this point. So would you please move to it now and take control of your sections and hold it.
The parade route would begin at the Arc de Triomphe, down the Champs-Élysées, and end at the Place de la Concorde. By the time the band had entered the huge traffic circle around the Arc, it was evident that this would be no ordinary rehearsal.
First time I've ever known for a trial run to be effective at the parade.
The band members in the front ranks were in full uniform for the trial run, for this was to serve as a color check under the unique lighting system designed for the Marching 100.
I had to find a solution to light them, and I wanted something cinematic more than just a simple parade light. So since they work in stadiums, and they're the idlest stadiums, and at the same time I wanted to integrate the American procession or parade, so all the Americans from Paris will be cheering the Florida A&M in bleachers on rollers.
The overwhelming response of the crowd on wheels was echoed by the legions of spectators along the Champs-Élysées.
Oh, it's a great pre-parade. Unbelievable. You would think that this was the actual parade by the number of people out here, and it is 3:30 in the morning.
Come on, baby, keep it straight all the way. God, right.
They're doing pretty good. Kind of getting into the swing of things. It's a pretty long distance to go, but they're hanging in there very well. I think it's going to come through fine.
Upon reaching the Place de la Concorde, Russian fans of the 100 were treated to an impromptu rendition of an American classic.
Take the thanks for our fans of the Soviet Union.
It's looking good. I can feel the excitement mounting. They're changing into uniforms now and really anticipating. They have placed us in the feature position for the parade. We're going to be last. From the preliminary parade, they liked us. The people responded so well to us that they changed the lineup and have put the Florida A&M band last. I can feel the adrenaline start to flow. In fact, it's starting to flow a little bit in me, too.
I'm almost ready. Everything from my but my shoes. Once I get my shoes on,
I want everybody to do their best, all right? Elbows, everybody looking good.
Lord, give us the strength to raise thunder on our side.
We are very proud to work with American people and have a good part of each other. Bye-bye, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All the hours of preparation have led up to this moment. Showtime down the Champs-Élysées.
Get tight. Keep coming forward. Keep coming forward. Come on, keep coming forward. Coming forward.
couldn't have asked for anything more from them. They gave out all they could, all the entire route of the parade.
I think the impression that we would want to leave, A&M University Marching Band would want to leave on Paris, is that we're ambassadors of goodwill. We, just like they, strive for excellence in everything we do, and that we enjoy life.
But we're very concerned about our public, and we try to do things that they will like and appreciate.
The impression that I would like to leave with the French people is the excitement, the high energy, the fine precision and musicianship of the Florida A&M University Marching Band.